Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to modded OpenTTD. We are continuing where we left off with this brand new piece of our railway track. It starts out here at the Tottenham Heights station with the oil wells, and then of course we have a nice little junction here, continuing all the way around here with a nice little bend, and up here to the rotation station here that I've designed. It's not the most perfect design, it's not the most efficient, but basically trains will come in here one at a time, and as long as there is a train on either of these tracks here, these signals over here should turn red, meaning that the trains will continue in until they find a track which is available. They'll go in there, and then of course when they have to leave, they have to wait first to get exit to the station and then to melt together here in the exit track. But hopefully it should work as intended. Now I made a small junction over here to kind of facilitate trains going straight across, rather than having every train basically turn and then having to branch off through some sort of weird junction. So this one here is made so that trains from both sides can enter this side track here, and so that the traffic going along the main route here is as undisturbed as humanly possible. So as you can see, these trains are nice, or having an easy time at least, turning left here when they're not breaking down. Anyway, it is time to put a train on the brand new track here, so let us make one of our usual ones and give it a good bit of length. Same as usual, so we build here, full load. I actually need to test something. I know I'm gonna have to redo this, but if I hold control and click here, yes, it goes full load automatically. I don't want that, of course. I want unload and no loading, but I just wanted to test it. So yes, you can do the control holding while giving orders. That's gonna save me some time further on. I also want to clone this train. Click for hold control. Nope. Just start and then clone, whatever. It'll work. Okay, so we got two trains coming here to pick up some oil. That means we're gonna have a bunch of chemicals ready in not too long. So the question is, do we have any sort of fertilizer plant or anything connected where we can actually get rid of these chemicals and petrol? I don't think so. Let us have a look. The farms of course want not petrol or chemicals, but they want the farm supplies which you can make with chemicals. Down here, these guys, they want manufacturing supplies. That's something completely different. This town here does have a petrol station, but it's up here, meaning that we have no stations near it, and making a station just for this seems a bit strange. So what would be good is if we had a petrol station like in this big town here. So I'm actually gonna see if I can afford to fund one. We have 14 million, that should be quite a bit. So if we fund an industry and we say petrol station, that's actually really cheap. And can we put it like right there? Yeah, excellent. So we have a petrol station, beautiful. And since this town we actually have the money to do it now, we can expand the road network a bit on this town so we can help it grow. So now they want food and petrol. That's good. Yeah, I actually thought these things were a lot more expensive. As you can see, like a quarry, 10 million, plastics plant, 6 million. But the petrol station is actually really cheap. I'm wondering if it's the same for the grocery shop. Yes, it is. Really cheap, that one. And builder's yard, of course, also cheap. Okay, that's gonna... I could have used that information a bit earlier. Thank you to whoever suggested it. That's actually really clever. I knew you could do it, but I thought it was a lot more expensive, so I didn't really look into it. But that means we can now send petrol directly to this town from our plant up here. So if we we might as well just get one waiting immediately. And let's just make a big one. And we want petrol. And you go there. Whoops. Let's just do it properly for once here. So, sure, whatever. Delete that and then go to control. There we go. Full load any cargo. And then go all the way over here. Unload. And it does that automatically. Then you can go service at train depot. And control works for that as well, apparently. Alright. You can start, and then we shall see how the oil trains are coming along. 92%. Very nice. Now, of course, these guys, right now they love us because we basically pick up everything they have. Hopefully it won't be long until we kind of get this route up and going and seeing how much they actually produce in terms, or in relation to how much we transport. One train has left, that means we're gonna get some bunch of petrol up here quickly. We also need the chemicals and take them somewhere, so let us have a look and see if we have a chemical plant anywhere. Bauxite, chemical, scrap metal. They want metal. That's pretty good, but what I really want is actually a fertilizer plant. Because then we can boost the production on some of our farms here. So that's a metal workshop. Let us have a look. I think this is just lime kiln, yeah. Alright. Let's just have a look at the industry directory here and see. Type. Okay, so we want a fertilizer plant. There's one there. That's a bit far away. There, that's a bit strange location as well. Far away. Not too far away, but still a bit out of the way. This one's far away as well, and this one, and that one. Now the question is, like a lot of these are, I'm just saying far away, but the question is really whether they are far away from our track or they're just far away from the... Because this one at least, you can see, we can extend, we can make a branch out from this line here. And then we have the farm supplies that we can take directly to the farm. So that should be rather easy. Then of course there's this one here, which is about the same distance really, but it's across a lake, so that's a bit annoying. This one up here is the one closest to the actual oil refinery, but it's very far away from all the farms. So I think what we're gonna do is actually... I don't even know. It's a sugar refinery. Let us make a decision here. We're gonna go for... I really don't like all the rivers along with that one. This one up here is also quite a bit out of the way. It's gonna be this one. So we are gonna make a station at this one. Now I'm wondering, these are of course more than 12 tiles apart, so I don't think we can make a station that encompasses both of them. Actually we can, just barely. But plant fibers. What is this actually? It is a plastics plant, okay. So both of them would want chemicals, and that means that the chemicals would most likely go to this one, because that's gonna be somewhat closer to the station. So we actually want... If we want to use this as well, we need to make a station out here and then use transfer and then direct the goods where we want it to go. But for now I think we're just gonna go with the farm supplies. So we're gonna make this station over here. The usual with the tracks, of course. Gonna see if I can make this more efficient. we have... Okay, we want the goods leaving here, which is actually... let's just branch it off down here. Now this one of course needs to go both ways as well, so let us repeat this junction over here. As you can see, the key thing really is this bit here, because that kind of defines how the entire thing is going to look. So what we're going to do is decide we want the branch to be right here. Okay, so this one I'm just quickly going to put up not a bunch of signals, just 2, so we can kind of see the directions the trains are going. So you want to be able to turn from here and left. That means we need... Let's just have a look here. Okay, this one actually is... Okay. So this bit, little branch here, is gonna go here and then all the way across to here. And we have signals in the way, of course, so that's gonna have to be delayed a bit before we can connect those. Now, once we have that one, we need to bring it down into a tunnel, which we can do like this, and then we actually need to remove a bit of this. I'm making this one slightly bigger than the other one, just because it allows for higher speed with longer trains. So we have a tunnel there. I think we need to... needs to be longer. Alright, let's make it longer then. Fix that. And there we go. Tunnel. Alright. Now we need... Like, the best way to really make these is to have the wiki open next to you. But since I don't have that, because I need to focus on the recording, I'm just looking at the one I already built. There we go. Long one there. Now we have half of these things done. We need to get rid of these signals here. Since we don't have a lot of trains on the track here, I think we can afford to do this. Okay, that is both of the trains coming from here that can go wherever they want to. Now we need the tracks to turn into the station here. I think this one starts out like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, and then we cut across here and all the way over there. And then of course we need to go down there as well. Now that's just a matter of these tracks actually crossing each other, because we don't want this one here to connect up here rather than to this one. So this track here needs to be removed, and then we need to bring it into tunnels underneath. So to that effect, I think I'm just quickly gonna do this, because then the trains can go around while we rebuild. So bring it down a notch. Then we can bring it down here. There. And there. So we have one tunnel there. Another one here. And the last one there. And I'm actually just gonna quickly undo one tunnel, because I want to make room for a signal there. There we go. Now we can make this down here, there, and up again. And we can remove this. I mainly did that just to prevent the pathfinding issues that would undoubtedly arise. Alright. Now we can make these signals all the way through. Of course we want trains to hold back when at these junctions. I need to speak in plural. Alright, that should do it. Yeah, I think that does it. We have this line here connected to both that one, and this one is also connected to it all. Yes, perfect. That means we can start bringing this one up to the station. Now up here we need to pick out a decent path. Now, at one point someone in the comments asked why when I did diagonal tracks I always made them like one block away from each other, like this. So when I have this here, I put this one tile forward and then have them meet up like this. It is largely due to me remembering, at least I think it was, that when you had diagonals going like this in the original TTD, signaling on these was a bit of a mess, because you can really only signal one of the tracks. As you can see, all the tracks are signals are focused on the right track here. Now over here I could of course signal this, but it's I just prefer to have the option of doing it wherever I please, rather than having to do it every other. So that's my primary reason for it. Alright, just fill in the remaining signals there, put in some depots. I know this is a really poor placement of them, but once we have enough trains, it's gonna be more worthwhile to do it differently. But for now, I just want to get it done. Alright, over here, let's see, we want to avoid going downhill for nothing here. So let us, since we have the money, build a land bridge. Now this one up here is coming in a strange way. We need to cross this river down here. If I go over here, I can just barely sneak by this plant. And same there. Now we need to bring them all the way down to the river. And we actually need to cross this river twice. Which is a bit annoying. But we can possibly make it slightly less annoying for our trains actually, by having a bit nicer terrain over here. So we have one bridge coming there, and then we basically just stick to the high ground for the turn. Let's see, we can bring this one all the way down here. I wanna really let the trains finish their turn before they have to start climbing. So if we do it back here, and then we just extend the land here out. And that's not how I wanted it to be. Let's see, we want it, and this bridge is going to be rather long actually. But nah, there. And then the same here. So they only have to make one climb to get up, rather than... Now we just need to make the actual diagonal here between them. So if we start with one of them, and the other one we need to just quickly level out there. There we go. Everything seems to be fitting nicely together. Get rid of that, and signals of course in the end. Hold down control, fill up the entire track. And there we go. That should do it. Let us quickly put some depots here just in case these old shitty-ass trains here break down. And then we can start bringing chemicals to where we want them. Bunch of oil tankers, and that was one too many. And of course refit to chemicals. Go there. And go up here. And then service. Go. Now of course the amount of chemicals being produced here depends entirely on how much oil we can deliver, so let us check back on the oil and see we have a large surplus of stuff. So let us just immediately clone a train here and go pick up some more of that. Furniture factory under construction. We don't have any wood being transported around. This town has grown to 5,000. So it's about the same size as this one. Now this one has grown as well, apparently. Starting to eat up of the lake here, building as much as they can into it. Now of course they still want food and milk and goods and beer to grow. We're not delivering any of that at all. We have started delivering petrol, so I think that might actually have been part of the reason why it's grown a bit. Petrol station here is accepting stuff, of course. Down here the transfer system is still going strong. We have livestock slowly building up. Our station rating is pretty damn high there. Pretty good, really good there as well. Down here we are picking up, let's see. Poor, that's not really good. Ratings, passengers mail, poor, mediocre, goods is outstanding, which is brilliant. But the passenger thing, that's not really going too well for us. We have a lot of passengers on pretty much all our cities. And this one's not too dissatisfied. How about this one? They are quite happy with us in general. What do they actually need to grow? They still need only passengers and mail. But they're not receiving it that often, so that's why the growth is rather slow. Because of course this train has to wait to fill up here. Just skip. So we have an excess of passengers there and we have them there. I don't really think it's worth putting in a second train or an extra train just between these two towns because of the distance. So if we could instead have another town up here somewhere with plenty of passengers, or maybe like a hotel or something that would accept it, that'd be pretty good. Do we have that? We have grain mill, sugar refinery, stockyard, dairy farm, fishing grounds. We have a forest here and sugar refinery right next to it. Over here we have a timber yard, and yeah, these are actually pretty close to each other. We could do a road vehicle line between these, get some timber going. Actually we can't because we need a sawmill, because the forest of course produces wood and not timber. And we don't really have anything of that kind nearby, so let's just stick with the oil empire here. I think, is this gonna be our first chemical pickup? I think it might just be. Yeah, there we go. Now, I think, yeah, 6,000 liters per 8,000 delivered, so I think it does equal of each. So we're starting to get an excess of petrol because of course we have a lot of oil incoming and the petrol train has a long way to travel. So pretty much this train gets half filled up by 2 incoming trains full of raw oil. And we have the third one incoming there, no one waiting up here. That means our rating might actually end up going down a bit, because it's gonna be a while before the next train arrives. But that of course is a balancing act, and we need to, of course, we need to take that seriously. Oh, we have a hotel here. Huh. How about that? Anyway, it's a balancing act, and of course we need to take that seriously. But I think for now we're gonna call this an episode. We have oil going around, we have farm supplies beginning to emerge up here, so once we kinda have the oil thingy balanced out, we'll start picking up some chemicals here and bringing them down to our farms, which should increase the production quite a bit. Now of course, I'm gonna go into a bit more detail about how actually this, or how this production increase actually works in the next episode. But as you can see here, there is potential for increasing it. So yeah, until next time, I'm Jerry and this has been OpenTTD with NewGRFs. Bye!